Okay. It's my Spotify. Huh. Why is it? Oh. Ugh. Why is it? Okay. No. Hey. Okay. So, October 13th. Obviously, man, everything's all jank around here. Okay. Little 80 calorie Canada Dry. I don't want to work out. It was a fight just to make me come in here. I haven't worked out in a couple days. And so all I did was take my shirt off, look in the mirror, and remember that I don't want to let the last couple months go completely to waste. In life, there's a lot of things that we don't always want to do. I don't talk about it often, but it can be studying in the Bible, it can be going to work, it can be going to class, it can be anything, anything that you have to do on a daily basis. So I don't want to work out. I'm going to make myself do something. Today's workout is not going to be great, partially because my mind's not right. I don't want it to be great. And so it is what it is. So today's gonna be arms, tomorrow's gonna be legs, then we're gonna do push and pull. And on both sides of my mind, I wanna beat myself up. There's the part of me that's like, oh, good job, you got in there and you did something, you at least did a little bit. And then there's the part of me that's like, are you really doing that much? And it is what it is. So let's do this half-baked workout and get inside in time to watch the Bears at 7 o'clock. Bears come on at 8 o'clock, so let's get to work. All right, we're just rocking with the dumbbells today because I don't feel like putting the weight on and off of the easy bar. So let's get some curls, huh? Okay. So days that you guys feel like this, what's kind of your go-to to kind of get yourself back together? When I was younger and I was competing, that was kind of always what I told myself, was because it's what I had to do for the competition. And if I'm really wanting to compete now, it's really what I should be telling myself. I've definitely become more lax in the last couple of weeks than what I was starting off, especially. And I really do have to log back in. It's not easy. It's a choice every day to come in here and do this. Just doing these simple workouts is more than what a lot of people do. If you're on this side of social media, this is probably what you surround your life by, and that's awesome. You know, it's great to surround yourself with fitness and everything. But in the real world, you know, not a whole lot of people actually work out. Not only that, but working out doesn't keep you from dying. End of the day, some of the healthiest people just die. That's how life works. Some of the most ripped people, you know, steroids, whatever, they die. Me coming in here and doing curls is not necessarily for health, you know. Do I think coming in here and doing a couple curls and then drinking my Canada Dry is gonna make me super healthy? You know, if I'm not eating a certain way and living a certain way, you know, it helps, obviously, but you know, the main reason I do it is because I do enjoy it. I do. I enjoy my job. I don't always want to go to work every day. You know, when you take a hobby and make it something you do every single day, it's hard to love it every single day. But I do love it. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't do all this. I wouldn't make this for however many people watch it. But, you know, some days just aren't that awesome. And, you know, it is important to come in here. It's great for your health, makes you feel better. But ultimately, the reason I do it is for discipline. You know, growing up with ADHD, which I'm back on medicine now, but it's hard to stay disciplined no matter how bad you want to. And I always found the gym was the one thing that I could always anchor. I always had an easier time, you know, doing it. And I notice every time I slip away from the gym, I let everything else slip too. You know, I wouldn't read like I'm supposed to. I wouldn't work how I'm supposed to. It just makes me super, super lazy. So just having this integral part of my day keeps everything else on schedule. And I think that's important. And, you know, some people have different things, you know. Maybe working out isn't your go-to. Maybe you just like watching the videos. I don't know. Not everyone can work out. I'm very blessed for the health that I have, and that I get to do this, that I got to make this, that I'm able to stand here on 2 legs and curl with both my arms working. Like simple things that we forget about is something to be thankful for. I mean, that's awesome. But this right here, that, and seeing that little bicep pump, that is cool too. But doing these things, and that was the main reason I started these videos. I know if I just told myself to come in here and work out every day, I wouldn't. These videos, even though nobody comments on them or anything, it makes me paranoid, which for most people is bad, but for me, it's kind of good. It makes me feel like if I miss a couple days in a row, someone will be like, hey, where's the video at? Even though, you know, it's never happened, but it could. All right, time for extensions. But yeah, I want to hear what's something that keeps you, you know, what's your reason for working out? What's your motivation? For some people, it's as simple as they want to look better, or, you know, the job or sport that they play makes them. But I genuinely would love to hear what keeps you guys in the gym. You know, ever since I stopped going to a public gym, one of my favorite things to do is just yap with random people between sets. And, you know, I made lots of friends at the gym, and friends that ended up in my wedding. You know, I feel like, you know, obviously there's bad parts to any community, But the gym community that I've been a part of has always been very welcoming. You know, there's a couple people that are like, why do you do it this way? You could do it this way, blah, 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 blah. You know, like kind of nitpicking. But a lot of people are just glad you're doing something. And a lot of people are willing to help. Myself included. It's very easy to hear someone ask something and become defensive immediately, but I think the gym builds a lot of humility. It can build a lot of humility. It doesn't in some people. But you know, every day I look at myself and see something that can be better. And that's another awesome part of the gym. You look in the mirror, you're like, yeah, that could be fixed. Yeah, that could be better. And so, you know, it kind of waters down the ego a bit, which, you know, I've always, my whole life, been kind of self-conscious on my body and my weight and, you know, how clothes fit and all that. I hate this thing. But, so yeah, it's always kind of just been something that I've worried about myself, but you know, it is what it is. Real men of genius, baby. We can't. I mean, we can't use this thing anyway, so. Hey, that works pretty well. Goodness. I should really start keeping this thing somewhere else. Let's just lay it there. Oh, there we go. Can we just not? Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Take that off. There we go. All right, forget it. I'm not editing this one. Because that's all I'm doing. I'm done. As you can probably hear, because I sound like I'm talking with a bunch of snot in my face, because I am. I'm still pretty sick. The last couple days have not been fun. Mostly been laid up in the bed or hacking my head off. I've had so many nosebleeds. Every time I get sick, I get a nosebleed. I don't know about you guys, but the moment winter comes, like Master Roshi, I'm cooked. Obviously today's not much. Did feel good to come in here and talk a little bit, but this is it. I'd like to tell you I'm gonna do cardio. I'm not. I'm gonna go inside and sit in my chair. But just walking in here and doing this kept me from, it broke a cycle. It kept me from missing 5 days in a row, because I'll tell you, if you guys could understand how close I was to not working out, you wouldn't hardly believe it. So, you know, obviously not looking for praise, because I didn't do much at all, but I'm glad I did something. Tomorrow, I feel much more confident that I can come in here willingly, excited to work out, and so we're gonna do that. All right. See you guys, and hey, if you made it this far, leave a like or a comment or something. And yeah, I really do want to hear from you guys. What's your thing that you do to help you get over these slumps? All right, see you.